My respectful pranams to all Atmajyotis. On the occasion of Ugadi and Gudi Padwa, I wish all of you and your family members a very happy New Year, a very prosperous New Year. Today, let us contemplate some of the spiritual messages embedded in the celebration of Ugadi. What is the message of spirituality which we have to imbibe in our life on celebrating the Ugadi day? Ugadi means beginning of a new era. It's not a new year, it's a new era. Sometimes we confuse New Year celebration, what we do in January, with Ugadi. Ugadi means much more than that. When there is a profound changes in your life, when there is deep changes in your life, that is considered as a new era, new beginning. That is real Ugadi. When does that happen? When does the profound changes happen in our life? It is said that we have two births. One is from the birth of my biological mother, birth from our biological mother. The second is the birth from the wisdom teachings of the Master Guru. When we are born biologically, we live with the concept that I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. The teaching of rishis, the sages, tell us that this is not the truth. This is a misconception. In reality, we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are not the intellect. We are something more than that. We are the pure self, Atman, birthless, deathless, immortal. Self we are. But we don't realize this. We live in ignorance. And this ignorance causes suffering in our life and in the life of the people with whom we interact. Ugadi is a call for a new beginning, a new understanding about the self. It is a call for realizing that you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the intellect, but you are the eternal self, Atma. You are the light of the self, Atma Jyoti. The light of the self is nothing but the light of the divine, Brahma Jyoti. Realizing this, we become embodiment of love, peace, compassion and wisdom. That is the real message of Ugadi. That is the beginning of a new era in your life, a new birth, the birth in wisdom, birth, second birth from the Master. This is called Ugadi. A new chapter in our life. Then you may ask, why Ugadi is celebrated every year? That's because we forget the message of Ugadi. To remind us, the Ugadi is celebrated every year. Once we realize the significance of Ugadi, once we begin a new era, that is the real Ugadi. The message of Ugadi is embedded in many of the customs we follow. First thing in Ugadi day, we wear a new dress and discard the old dress. Discarding the old dress symbolizes discarding old values, wrong ideas, wrong notions. What are these wrong notions? The notion that I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect gives rise to deep-rooted impressions in our consciousness. This is called vasana and samskara. Vasana and samskara are responsible for our repeated birth and death cycle. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. We keep on taking newer and newer bodies and taking birth to experience our vasanas and samskaras. These vasanas and samskaras are coming from the deep-rooted ignorance that I am separate from the self. The old dress, throwing out the old dress means throwing out these wrong notions. Wearing a new dress means taking up new ideas, realizing the new truth that I am the immortal self. One who realizes this becomes a sthita prajna. Life of such a person is symbolized by equanimity in all situations of life. This is told in Bhagavad Gita, Dukkeshu anudignamanaha, Sukeshu vigataspraha, Vita raga bhaya krodha, Stitari munyucchate. Being unperturbed by ups and downs in life, not being attracted by something, neither being repulsed by something. A sage, the enlightened one, a sthita prajna, lives peacefully and brings peace, love and harmony in the world. To symbolize that, we eat jaggery sweet, which means joy, success in life, and ni, which means bitterness, the pain, suffering in life. By eating these two, we should be accepting life as it comes, as a sthita prajna. The call of Ugadi is to lead a life of sthita prajna, the enlightened one, and turn a new leaf in our lives. This we can do only when we are able to respect time. The time is very precious. It keeps ticking away from past to present to future. The past is dead. The future is unborn. We have very short duration, the present, at our disposal. How to effectively use that present moment for our self-realization, liberation, and serving the world. Atmano mokshartam lokahitaya is the art which you have to learn. That's why Ugadi is also representing one more important aspect of our spiritual life, a deep respect for the principle of time principle. The Lord of time, Kala Purusha, has to be respected. We have to utilize our time very carefully. This Kala Purusha has 5 parts, just like we have 5 bodies. Our body has 5 different parts. Kala Purusha has 5 parts. These are called Panchanga: Tithi, Vara, Nakshatra, Yoga and Karana. The idea of telling this Panchanga, reading Panchanga, is bringing in the concept in our mind day in and day out, again and again, bringing in respect for the time, reminding us that time keeps flying. Use the present moment effectively. Work towards our liberation. Work towards the service. Lead the life of Sthita Prajna, the enlightened one. This is the essence of the message of Ugadi. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.